with VacMD, and today I'm going to give you a review of the Hizero. What is special and unique about this review is not only do I sell the Hizero, but I also have been using it in my home consistently for the past couple weeks. So now I'm also a user. Selling it and using it is very different. So now that I've used it, I am confident that I'm very capable of helping you decide whether this is the right unit for your home, because it may not be the right unit for every single person's home. Personally, I loved it. So if you have any questions, comment below. You can text us, you can email us, you can give us a call. I'm happy to help you figure out whether this is the right unit for your home and for your uses. With that said, if you do decide to purchase the Hizero, please purchase it from VacMD.com. When you do, it helps a small business. We're competitive in prices, and if for some reason we're not the lowest, we're happy to match it. We have free shipping. It's a win-win no matter how you do it. And let's just get into it and talk about this. So I shied away from using this in my home for the longest time, and I am sorry I did. I guess it's because in my head, I just could not understand how this unit could do a deep cleaning of my tile floors. And then once I used it, I realized tile floors don't need a deep cleaning. Marble doesn't, wood doesn't. You just need to clean the dirt off the top because it doesn't get deep down into the grain. Sure, grout now and then will need a deep cleaning. Carpet needs a deep cleaning because those are surfaces that absorb dirt. But hard surfaces like tile, marble, vinyl, wood, laminate, those keep the dirt on the top and you just have to remove it. And the Hizero is more than capable of doing that well. I was actually surprised with how much dirt every time I emptied it would come out of this dirty tank. So with that said, I'm going to give you some positives, some negatives, some tips. Some of the positives I found about this unit is that it's so easy to use. Easy just to swipe across your floor. You don't have to vacuum first. This unit will pick up dry dirt as well as mop the floor all in one, so that makes it so easy to use. It's very easy to know what the buttons mean, on and off. Then you have the different buttons for levels. If you want a regular cleaning or you want it to use more water, you can press the button to do so. If there's ever an error message or it's telling you it needs water or it's out of a battery, it's written right here on the unit as well, which makes it super easy to reference. You could remove this sticker, but I don't recommend you do. It is so quiet. You can barely hear it when it's running, so you're not going to interrupt life. If life is going on in your home and you need to run the Hizero, you can go ahead and do that because it's no noisier than your air conditioning going on or your laundry being run. And like I said, it eliminates the need to vacuum first and then mop. However, it will not do carpet. So we tried it out on many different messes and it effortlessly picks up any type of dry and wet mess. The different messes we used were spaghetti. So any type of food that is thrown onto the floor, it's great for that. We tried dog hair. We tried muddy paws, which let me tell you, really tested my patience because I had to get my dog's paws muddy, send her into the house, and let her just run free so that I can then show you guys how well it works on muddy paws. And it does work well. It works great on kitty litter. My cat, for some reason, not only tracks out litter, but sometimes his paws are wet after he accidentally steps in it. And you can see little litter paw prints as well. So it got those up. It did not get up my huge dog food chunks because we have large dogs. You should just pick those things up anyways. Don't be lazy. I would not pick up poop. We did simulate poop and it picked it up, but it was gross. It got all over the unit. Do not recommend. If somebody poops, clean up as much as you can, and then you can go back and mop up the residue with the Hizero. The edge cleaning was very impressive. It edge cleans really well. The roller goes almost all the way to the edge, so all of the dirt that would get close to either the edge of my cabinets or an edge of a rug, it swept that right in. It leaves your surface with very little moisture. So it's practically dry. It dries so quickly, which is good because there's many surfaces that you shouldn't, like wood, you should not be putting lots of water on. So the Hizero does great with that. I used it with water only for about a week, and then I started using HMK P324, and this is great for your tile surfaces. This will also be great for marble, but if you have other surfaces like wood or vinyl, just let me know, comment below or text us and I'll tell you what type of product to use for that. Either way, with plain water or with a cleaner, it did clean very well. Just like the convenience of having a cordless vacuum, this is cordless. The fact that it's cordless and easy to use made me mop more often. I cleaned my floors, and not just because I was testing it out, but I was able to clean my floors more often in these past few weeks because it was easy to pull out and use, and I didn't have to plug something in than I ever have in the past. And with a steamer, I have to plug it in. It doesn't reach everywhere. Having cord-free cleaning made it so easy to do the entire house without having to stop, unplug, replug, and keep going. Before I go into the negatives, I'm gonna give you some tips. All you have to do is wet the outside of the roller prior to use. You don't have to soak it forever. It doesn't have to be sopping wet. I just wet the outside, and within a few minutes, the roller's wet enough and it's cleaning really well. You have to clean this unit after each use. I don't have super long-haired dogs, but I have dogs that shed a lot, and it needs to be cleaned. I think the biggest issue we've had also as a service center of these is because of customers not maintaining these. These are not units that you can use and put back like a broom. No, once you use it, you should clean it afterwards. Clean it well. You have to clean it after each use. Yes, after each use. You spend a lot of money on these things, and if you want them to last, you should maintain them. That's the biggest issue I've seen with these. It's not manufacturer's defects, it is lack of maintenance. If you want to see a maintenance video, comment below and I can make one for you. But you do have to clean the roller after each use. You do have to empty the tank. Also clean out the dirty water tank as well. Being that we have dogs that shed a lot, but they're not long-haired, I was surprised with how much hair got wrapped up into things, the wheels and the roller, but that's gonna happen with any unit you have. Anything that spins can get wrapped up with hair. There is nothing on the market that mops and vacuums that will claim to never get hair wrapped around it. Cleaning that off often, every time you use it or every week, is very important. If you don't think you can do that, then this may not be the unit for you, or if you don't think you can do that, expect to have a repair. I also think everyone should buy a second roller, the cleaning roller, because you can have one being cleaned. I actually cleaned my cleaning roller and my dirty cup tank in my dishwasher. I don't know that that's recommended. I put it on the top rack away from heat. I knew everything was perfectly safe and it cleaned it really well. Having a second roller is nice so you can have one to go and one to be cleaning. Also, you'll see in most of the B-roll that I'm showing you here, I forgot to use a tray. They have tray inserts, those are great. That way you can dump out your dirt. I use the regular green tray, but they have a clear tray insert you can use that is highly recommended to do so. Those are reusable, but after a while you can just toss them as well. So here are the negatives. And the negatives aren't really negatives in my opinion. They're more just a PSA. This is what you should be aware of going into this prior to purchasing it. I wouldn't necessarily call them negatives. This way you know exactly what you're committed to. So one of those things, like I said, is you have to maintain it. Maintaining it every time you use it is super important. But that is with anything in life. A vacuum, a car, your appliances, they all have to be maintained. And if you don't, you'll have issues. So is it a negative? Not really, just a PSA. Also, the hair. The hair gets wrapped in it. But again, that's going to be any unit you buy, so you're not going to be able to avoid it by purchasing something else, but you just have to check hair getting wrapped up into it. Simple as that. Maintenance. I noticed it wasn't as good at cleaning that stuck on dirt that had been there for days, like dog messes or food that had been stuck on the floor and I hadn't gotten to it. However, if you're using this often, which you will be because it's so easy to use, you probably won't have many of those things to pick up anyways. Otherwise, for normal dirt, everyday stuff, things that just spilled, it's excellent for that. And the last thing is you will have to get used to mopping at a slightly slower pace. None of this boom, 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 get it done with. It works better if you go at a slightly slower pace. You can pick up the pace over time, but there is a happy medium where you don't want to go too fast and force the unit to go faster than it's meant to go. And you also don't want to be there all day. And you'll figure that out. That shouldn't be an issue. So overall, the Hizero is a great choice if you have lots of hard surfaces, if you're a pet owner, if you have kids, if you have younger kids and toddlers spilling things on the floor, if you just don't like to have to vacuum first before mopping. Hizero is great. It is a quality unit. Hizero has taken so much time developing this product and making sure it's right. It is serviceable, which I love. If it breaks, you don't just toss it. It can be serviced at VacMD or any other authorized service center. Overall, I highly recommend it for most anybody. There might be some exceptions, so again, contact us if you want to know if it's the right thing for you. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. When you do, it helps a small business. We appreciate it so much, and we'll see you all again soon. Bye guys!
How can we look the other way? Sun is out, but the sky is gray.